So let's have a quick look at some of that fight. The size difference here is notable, but I've got to say you had this competitor down and submitting in no time.
Yeah. Watch your back. You need to let go of that left collar. Watch your back.
Well, no, not to mess with you. That competitor was tapping out very, very enthusiastically indeed. Now, you faced a bit of a backlash for simply talking about your experience and concerns. Tell me about some of the vitriol you've copped over this issue.
Yeah, so the backlash is pretty much just saying, you won, why do you have an issue with this? Even though I've stated a million times it was never about me. I clearly beat them. That's not my issue. The issue is that there are girls that are legitimately afraid. And they should not have to be afraid when they're seasoned competitors going into this. Like, they've done this hundreds of times. They know what they're doing. And the girls I've talked to that also experienced this said they have never felt so unsafe in a grappling match.
Well, absolutely. I mean, this is full contact physical battle, and male bodies have such a significant advantage. So those trans identifying women can still compete, but they will be competing against the men going forward, not against women. But you've also had fantastic support. I know Riley Gaines, the swimmer, spoke out about your brave stance. And also Harry Potter author JK Rowling said this about you. She said, "You've done nothing wrong. This isn't and never was about hate. It's about fairness and safety for women and girls. You stood up to protect your fellow athletes, which makes you a heroine in all sane people's eyes. I know backlashes aren't fun. Believe me, I know, but there are things far more important than pleasing all the people all the time. All power to you." That's quite an endorsement there, Ansleigh.
That honestly meant the world to me as like a lifelong Harry Potter fan, and it's not something I ever expected. I never expected this to even go viral. I posted just trying to kind of get the situation out there, but I never expected it to be this big. But the support over the hate has been amazing. And I just have to look at the people that are endorsing me in this and know that I'm on the right side of history.
Well, you're on the right side of history, and I would say you're backed by 80% of people, if not more. It's just that activist lobby is particularly loud. They can be particularly vicious, and when you're hit with that, it can be quite overwhelming. But what advice do you have for female athletes who may face unfair fights, things that they know aren't right against biological male bodies, but they're too scared to speak up for themselves? I've had many contact me, retired and current athletes, who care about this issue, but they do it off the record because they are scared of that backlash.
I mean, you can still anonymously speak out and still make a change. The biggest thing isn't even so much the ladies putting in the work, because I believe that the ladies are putting in the work to make this change. It's the men that say, this is in the women's hands. No, you have wives, sisters, daughters. Like, you should be speaking out on the behalf of your family that you care about and their fairness and equality in sports.
Absolutely. I think it has to be a united stance. Ansleigh Wilk, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me on.